If you need to move when you're meditating, it's not impossible to do that. What's recommended is that you don't spend the whole time adjusting your body. If there's a small pain, sometimes if you just keep focusing on the object, then the pain goes away. Or you can breathe into the pain, the area of pain, and sometimes that eases it. So you have to be skillful to know when you need to adjust your body, because it's just going to be more and more distracting, and when you can live with a certain feeling. It's a temporary sensation. Then the most important is to prepare the mind for our time together, to make it truly worthwhile. Sometimes when we do things that we've put in our diary weeks ago, we do them on an automatic pilot. So we don't want to be here under that condition. This afternoon and evening needs to be really meaningful for us. And the greatest meaning is for the purpose of attaining enlightenment for the benefit of others. So it's not about being self-centered in any way. It's simply recognizing that in order to benefit others, you have to reach that state yourself. You can't simply take somebody and help them to a place you've not been. So we develop our mind with this intention of benefiting others. And in order to know how to benefit others, we follow the teachings of the Buddha. We practice the Dharma according to how the Buddha has taught, because he has achieved the state that we are aiming for. And we take inspiration from those who have already directly realized emptiness. They are our support, our guides, our mentors, our Sangha. So we'll recite together in Tibetan. Chodang Soki Chognam La Janjo Padu Dagni Kyab Suchi Dagi Junyangi Pe Sonamki Drola Penche Sange Drupasho Sange Chodang Soki Chognam La Janju Batu Dagni Kyab Suchi Dagi Chunyangi Pe Sonamki Drola Penche Sange Drupasho Sange Chodang Soki Chognam La Janju Batu Dagni Kyab Suchi Dagi Chunyangi Pe Sonamki Drola Penche Sange Drupasho. And then just spend a minute or two focusing on the breath so that you make your mind alert and focused. So today we're going to have the opportunity to spend a little longer. In fact, we'll do 3 meditations on the 9-round meditation on the death, on the certainty of death, the uncertainty of the time of death, and the fact that our ordinary material possessions and our body and our friends and family are not able to help us at the time of death. So we'll do this in stages, so we'll do 3 separate meditations. So the first of these is the fact that death is certain. While this is in some ways stating the obvious, it's amazing how far this idea can be from our minds in everyday life. Even for practitioners who think about it, talk about it, come to courses like this, it can suddenly be a real jolt that actually this means me, I will die. In 100 years from now, no one in this room is likely to be alive in the form that they are now. And that's perhaps a rather over-optimistic idea of 100 years. Probably half of that is true for most of us, or even half again. even the number of people that were born 100 years ago, there's only a very small proportion of those left alive now. And eventually, anyway, their time will come, because death is definite, it's certain. If you think about the many people that you might have looked up to over your life, then again, many of these have already died. Some had died before you were born and you've just read about them. Others have died since you've been alive. No matter how skillful or famous or clever they were, it still happens to everyone. Famous or ordinary people, there's no difference. Wealthy or criminal, there's no difference. And all these people that have lived had plans and dreams, had ups and downs. But none of this prevents them from dying when the time comes. And that time is always getting closer. Whether it's an hour away or 50 years away, it's always getting closer. Even sitting here, it will be closer by the time you leave than when you came today. Just consider this. We are on a flow of time heading towards our own death. That's the destination. If we were falling out of a plane without a parachute, we would know that death is coming. It's actually like this. That's where we're heading. And because time is always getting shorter, there's really not much time for other things that we sometimes fritter away our time with. When we take out all the essentials, such as eating and sleeping, caring for loved ones, earning our living, all of these things that we are very involved in, the time to spend on working on our mind is generally fairly small. Even with good intentions, the possibilities of developing our mind and having a lot of time to work on this, it's relatively a small amount of time. Just think of an average day. How much time do you spend working on your own mind? Of course, we know that it's not just about the time we spend in meditation. There are opportunities throughout the day. But how often do we get distracted? And how much of the time do we really focus on this? So having reflected on this, determine that you're going to use your time wisely, usefully, purposefully. And just hold that determination. Keep your focus on that. So this is a chance for a leg stretch.